Hey there guys, EctoMaster here. We are back with more Heroes Tuesday. And of course we're going to start this off by looking at a few, well, characters and a few builds. There's not much left to go. In fact, of all the characters that I need to own, I don't have very many left. And I don't have very many left to go over.
I know you're still there.
Yes, shut up. I'm working on it. So, first, we're going to take a look here at Illidan. He is a melee assassin. And then later on today, we'll take a look at Rhaegar. And of course, we'll get the heroes of the update much later today, probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. But let's go ahead and take a look at Illidan. So we're going to look at his skins, we're going to look at his abilities and his talents in this hero spotlight. And while we're looking at the talents, we're going to look at the top rated build that I found on Heroes Nexus. So we'll look at that as well. But first, let's kind of look at his skins. So this is base Illidan, you know, how he is. And then he has his variants, so that's kind of cool looking. And then, that's definitely almost like a shadow Illidan.
Free me, and we can seek our vengeance together.
I'm sure we could. Now, if you reach level 10 with Illidan and have 10,000 gold, you can get the Master Skin. And then, again, this was one where it's done almost an opposite, where the Master Skins don't match the original. I know it sounds nitpicky on that, but I really wish it would match them up better next, you know, in them. This is Shando Illidan. This is if Illidan was a druid rather than a demon hunter, although he still has his demon sight, etc., etc. So this is as if he was trained by Cenarius. And then this one is pretty cool. I really want to get this one. This is Illidan as a Spectre.
I sat still for 10,000 years. I believe that is enough.
And then this is based off of his regular skin. And then this is more Blood Elf. Almost, yeah. So there you have it. This I really would love. I think I can try it, but I don't have it. It's a $10 skin, but it is an awesome skin at that. This is probably a fantastic look for Illidan. Anyways, now that we've taken a look at him, let's go back to this here. Ignore the Butcher. I was playing the Butcher earlier. Where is Illidan? I'm not going to be able to find him in my Assassin, Warcraft. Boom. Alright, there he is. There's Illidan. Okay. So he is a hard difficulty. Let's take a look at his abilities. So his Q, W, and his E. So Q is Dive. It's a 6-second cooldown. Dive at the target, dealing X damage and flipping to the other side of the target. Sweeping Strike has a 1-second cooldown. Dash towards target point, dealing X damage to enemies along the way. If you hit an enemy, basic attacks do 35% more damage for 4 seconds. Evasion, cooldown of 15 seconds. Evade enemy basic attacks for 2 seconds. And then Betrayer's Thirst. Basic attacks heal for 20% of damage dealt and reduce your ability cooldowns by 1 second. And then he has 2 heroics, just like everybody else. He has Metamorphosis, which is a 20-second cooldown. Transform into demon form at the target location, dealing X damage in the area. Gain 100 temporary max health for each hero hit, and 20% increased attack speed. It lasts for 18 seconds. And then the Hunt. It's a 60-second cooldown. Charge to target unit, dealing 100 X damage on impact and stunning for 1 second. Now, one thing to kind of put into note, Metamorphosis is, if you play World of Warcraft, going to be the basis for Demon Hunters. They're taking away that actually from, what is it, Demonic or something like Demonology Warlocks. So this is going to be with Demon Hunters. So it should be interesting to see when the Legion comes out. I definitely plan on playing Legion. I mean, I play World of Warcraft, so why not? Anyways, let's take a look at his talents and this build that we have. The build is called Frontline Assassin, and it is from occurs. I think we've seen them a few times. So we'll take a look at this. So first and foremost, you have, I think these two we see with others. So we'll talk about Battered Assault and Shadow Shield. So Battered Assault. Excuse me, I just yawned out of nowhere. Battered Assault increases the basic attack bonus of Sweeping Strike to 50%. Shadow Shield evasion grants a 62-point shield for 5 seconds. And for this build, that's what they recommend to go with. At level 4, Marked for Death, your next basic attack on the dive target deals 100% more damage. Fell Reach increases the range of Sweeping Strike by 20%. Immolation, after using Sweeping Strike, burn nearby enemies for 13 damage a second for 4 seconds, or X damage per second. Thirsting Blade, healing from basic attack increased to 30% of damage dealt. And for this build, they recommend to go with Immolation. At level 7, you have Rapid Chase. Gain 20% movement speed for 2 seconds after using Dive. Reflexive Block. Gain 2 charges of block, 50% reduced basic attack damage. After evasion wears off, lasts 5 seconds. Follow Through. Thrill of Battle. Activate to double the cooldown reduction from basic attacks for 8 seconds. First Aid. Those last 3, I think we see with others. Maybe not with Thrill of Battle, I'm not sure, but First Aid is one. And it's basically a heal over time. It's what it recommends for this build. It's got a 60-second cooldown. Activate to heal 35% of your max health over 6 seconds. At level 10, they recommend to go with Metamorphosis. Level 13, Giant Killer, and I think, well, no. Giant Killer is one we see with others. As it says, basic attacks against enemy heroes that deal bonus damage equal to 1.5% of the hero's maximum health. And for this build, they recommend it, but I want to look at the others as well because I believe all of these are unique to Illidan. So we have Lunge, increases the range of dive by 30%. Friend or Foe, you can use dive on allies, but you will not flip. When you use this way, the cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Unbound, ignore all collision while using Sweeping Strike, allowing you to go over walls and terrain. And then Sixth Sense, well, whatever. Take 50% reduced damage from abilities while evasion is active. At level 16, you have Hunter's Onslaught. Abilities heal for 15% of damage dealt. Second Sweep, you can store up to 2 charges of Sweeping Strike. But for this build, they want you to go with Blood for Blood. A 60-second cooldown. Activate to deal 10% of target enemy heroes' max health. And heal for twice that amount. Last but not least, for this build, they recommend to go with Nexus Blades. Basic attacks deal 20% more damage and slow the target for 1 second. If you wanted to deviate from this and stick with your heroic, you can get Demonic Form. Permanently remain in Demonic Form. Increases the attack speed bonus of Demonic Form to 30% and grants a 50% reduction in the duration of disabling effects. Illidan can mount in this form. And then Nowhere to Hide, if you really deviated and went with the Hunt. Nowhere to Hide grants global range. So there you have it. And that is everything for Illidan, guys. That is all he has. We only have 2 more heroes to go. I believe it's Muradin and Sonya. So this is going to be a 1 or 2. And that's it. And it's going to be Muradin. So next week, we are going to take a look at a warrior in Muradin. One where, I'm going to throw it out, my brother actually played Muradin with Jesse Cox just the other day. So, a few days ago, or something like that. He was bragging about it. And it's like, okay, well, good for you, lucky son of a gun. So next week, we're going to take a look at the melee warrior, Muradin, and if we're lucky, if Zeratul goes free to play, he's the last one that I need to do, or if it goes on sale. If it goes on sale or free to play, I'll get Zeratul, and that's it. That's all the hero spotlights we'll do, and we're going to move into the new, yes, the new thing that I'm going to do, and that's going to be where I pick a character at random. I will look at all the ones that I have. I will go 1, 2, whatever. Hit random, hit that D, whatever, and as soon as one pulls up, I will pull that guy out. And then we will go, okay, well, this one is going to be the one. We'll probably just make that decision next week after we play Sonya or whoever, because we will see. Here's the thing, if I don't get Zeratul, then I'm just going to do, if Zeratul doesn't become free to play for that week, or this week, then I'm going to get Sonya, and I will just do this all for Heroes Tuesday anyways. And what we may do is we may take a look at, and we'll pick a build out of that. So that's what we're going to do. Here's how it's going to go. Let me lay it down a little bit better. So next week, we're going to do Muradin for sure. If Zeratul is available, we will do Zeratul. If Zeratul is not available, we will have 2 hero spotlights anyways. I will do Muradin and Sonya. If Zeratul is available, I will still do Sonya for next week, but it will not be on Tuesday. It may be on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. It will be a different day. Once I do that, after Muradin, instead of selecting Sonya, we are going to select a random character. So when we select that character, we are just going to go out of their builds. We're going to pick the top build. We're going to do that, and we're actually going to go into a match, and we're going to play that build. So this is where you're either going to see me fail or survive. So there's going to probably be some practicing as I get a feel for them. Because I'm not going to just go in blind. I'm going to pick, one of my days off, play against the bots a little bit, and then play against the actual people. So we shall see how that goes. Anyways, that is it for this week, guys. Stick around. Later on today, we're going to take a look at Rhaegar and see one of his builds. Until then, I am EctoMaster, and I will see you guys in the next round. Right.